Coming up in this hour, the television title, Terry Taylor against Freebird Buddy Roberts. We'll see Terry Bam Bam Gordy in action. We've got a lot more to tell you about, but you've got some great success stories, Frank, that we want to hear about now.
I sure do. I want to thank Coach John McGee and his staff at the Marrera High School in Marrera, Louisiana. What a successful show they had there. And also the band boosters from the Henrietta, Oklahoma High School, Miss Vera Counts. I'll tell you what, those two organizations went out of their way. They were very successful. They made themselves a lot of money for their organization. For those of you out there that are listening to us and want to have the Universal Wrestling Federation in your hometown, go get you a pencil before this first match starts. Before it's over, I'll give you that number one more time. Call us, give us a call, even if we're in your hometown. We'll come out to your high school, we'll come to your gym, your stadium. We'll come out there and bring these same stars you're seeing right now to your hometown.
And speaking of stars, you're going to see two great ones for the television title. Now let's go to the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, this match for the UWF television title. Introducing first the challenger from Bad Street at 234 pounds, Freebird Buddy Roberts. Also in his corner, Freebird Michael Hayes. Now in the ring, the current UWF television champion from Vero Beach, Florida at 235 pounds, Terry Taylor!
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for being with us here on the Universal Wrestling Federation. Jim Ross and Frank Dusek with you here in this opening contest. And I want to add that my normal broadcast partner, there you see him, Michael Hayes, Frank was very adamant that he wanted to be at ringside, and I find that just somewhat suspicious because he never misses the opportunity to speak. He gets plenty of opportunity here at this location, but he wanted to be at ringside. I find that just a little bit fishy, if you know what I mean.
Well, you know, the Freebirds pride themselves in having all the gold. They're the six-man World Tag Team Champions. Terry Gordy's the Universal Wrestling Federation Champion, and they'd like nothing better than for Buddy Roberts to be the Universal Wrestling Federation Television Heavyweight Champion.
Well, they've been on quite a roll. They're also $100,000 richer as a result of Bam Bam Gordy winning the UWF tournament on May the 30th in Houston, Texas.
Well, I'll tell you, that sure is a lot of money, isn't it? You know, I've wrestled against both of these men at one time or another in my career, and if I had to put it, I'd make it a pretty evenly matched, I should say. The edge, of course, always goes to the champion. With Michael Hayes out there, you can never be too sure.
Taylor with a leapfrog and a drop kick. Taylor caught Roberts coming in. Now two drop kicks. Terry Taylor. Then drop kick Roberts in the back of the head. Roberts goes out and over.
I don't think they'll call that a disqualification because it wasn't intentional. It has to be an intentional throw over the top rope, Jim, for it to be a disqualification. He didn't mean for that to happen. He caught Buddy Roberts just so. Well, let me put it this way. I don't think he meant for that to happen. You never know with a young man.
Well, that's one way of getting him back in the ring, not very politely, and he certainly won't spring any ankles.
No, sir, not like that.
From that landing.
Well, I don't think the ankle's what he has to worry about there, Jim.
That lower back took the punishment. And Terry Taylor now. He came here, ladies and gentlemen, set his sights on championships. He's a very goal-oriented young man.
He sure is, and I'll tell you what, he's a phenomenal athlete, well-conditioned. The one thing I always knew about him as a wrestler, he wasn't big, he wasn't particularly strong when you compare him to so many of the big men, but he's in phenomenal condition, and he has a vast knowledge of wrestling, and that makes him a very dangerous opponent.
And he has, I think, one intangible. He has probably the greatest attitude, as good an attitude as any athlete in professional wrestling today. He loves the sport and loves to compete. As Buddy Roberts, the veteran of the trio known as the Fabulous Freebirds, taking over now on the Universal Wrestling Federation Television Champion. And Roberts scoop slamming Terry Taylor, and now Taylor is in a very dangerous predicament here. And look at Michael Hayes. You know that Hayes has got a verbal barrage going.
That has to be distracting with Michael Hayes there. You know this Buddy has been further around the cup looking for the handle than most people will ever go in their life. And this is just a sample of the experience right here, Jim. Not many wrestlers would think to tie the young man upside down. Right on the chin.
Right on the chin. Terry Taylor's in trouble.
You don't think about it, but hanging upside down, too, all that blood's going to the head. You know, it's possible if he gets him up, squeezes him tight enough and fast enough, he can cause that young man to pass out.
Terry Taylor, though, coming right back, and now Taylor! Yes, sir, a turnabout.
What's good for the goose?
Fair play. Well, the gander is tied up.
He sure is,
Finish
Jim.
that crochet.
He sure is. Terry Taylor needs to take it to him right here. I know the time limit's on his side as the TV champion, but he wants to beat this man. He doesn't want to go the time limit.
One advantage here that Roberts might have, the blood rushing to his head may not affect him like it would a normal human.
Well, I'm not going
Oh, high over there.
Did you see that, Jim? He was over the top rope that time. Gee whiz, he must have gone 6, 7 feet in the air.
And Roberts in a precarious position, very vulnerable here, as Terry Taylor well-placed kick right to the midsection, and it was a legal blow above the waist.
It was. Hits that lower abdomen area. I'll tell you, that's a tough area for people to work. Your bodybuilders and everyone else will tell you that's one of the toughest parts of the body for you to develop muscle in.
Roberts now turning the tables on Terry Taylor. Remember, everybody, this match is for the Universal Wrestling Federation Television Championship. And coming up later in the hour, the heavyweight champion, Terry Bam Bam Gordy, as we see Freebird Buddy Roberts with a perfectly executed neck breaker to Terry Taylor. The lateral press by Roberts. Could we have? Well, it was a 2 count. I thought we were going to have a new champion, to be very frank with you, at this particular point in time.
Well, I'll tell you, it was close. It probably would have been for a lesser man, would have been down. The lesser man would have been down and out then, Jim. Is that blood I see?
I think Roberts has got a laceration, and from where I can see, it looks like a deep one. He's bleeding from the top of the back of his head. You can see that blood from that
Must have happened
hair.
Must have happened when he went over the top rope a few minutes ago, Jim. Yeah, there it is. Well, I'll tell you what, bleeding or not, he sure got this young Terry Taylor in a serious predicament here.
Now we'll see if Taylor can recoup and take advantage of Roberts' injury here. Roberts trying to go.
Blocked it.
He sure did. And Taylor reversed it, and a perfectly executed suplex, and he hit it right on.
I'll tell you what, at this point, it's experience versus youth versus conditioning. We're going to see which stands true. Oklahoma hayride. No, he kicked out. If that had been another minute into the match, he might have got it. Here's a Freebird specialty, the pile driver. Too high up on the back, Jim. Too high up on the back.
Boy, Roberts is losing a lot of blood. I think you're right, Frank. He went over the top rope and hit his head on the floor or the railing there, something, because he's really bleeding from the back of the head.
He sure is.
And Taylor with a chop that just echoes throughout this beautiful facility, the Tulsa Convention Center.
Another sellout crowd, I see, for the Universal Wrestling Federation. You know, everywhere we go, it's been like that.
Michael Hayes up, inserting himself, has no business there. And Roberts now rolling up Taylor. Could this be it? Can we have a new champion right here? And
Oh, he ran into it. He hit him. He hit Michael Hayes. That's it, Jim. He's defended it. He's done it.
Taylor powered out it. He pushed Roberts into Michael Hayes and Terry Taylor. There you see the champion.
I'll tell you what, it backfired on Michael Hayes. I told you folks just a minute ago before we leave, I'd give you that number. If you want Universal Wrestling Federation, you want Terry Taylor, you want the Freebirds, you want these people in your hometown, remember this number.